Welcome everyone, I'm Ricky from Tech Talk, and today I want to do a dedicated app review on a brand new app that's actually been released to help people with sight loss and sight impairment. That includes myself, and the app is called PocketVision. So Honor has teamed up with RNIB and also the app developer here to create an app that allows you to magnify and capture and then also get text off that captured image read back to you, which is amazing. You might be sitting in a cafe reading a menu, you might be at a train station and want to read where you are or directions to where you need to go to. You might be in your local shop and you want to know the ingredients of a certain product. It's so many different possibilities, it is endless. For me, as a visually impaired person myself, and for people that suffer with sight loss or sight impairment, this app is really key and really important because of the work it does. So what I want to do today is show you how to download this application, what consists inside the application and actually using the application and show you how well it works, talking about my sight loss and my sight impairment and how it helps me, then also talking about the technology that you're going to find in the Honor 20 Pro that makes this app actually work. And if you know people that do have a vision loss or visual sight impairment, please share it with them. This will make their life more independent, and that's what people are striving for that do have a visual impairment. They want to be independent in their life. So first of all, how do you actually download this application? So what you'll need to do is go to Huawei App Gallary. So I have Huawei App Gallery here. So once this loads up, what you then need to do is go to the search bar. Then what you need to search for is PocketVision. Once you've typed in PocketVision and then searched for it, it's going to appear up here at the top. It's nice, bright and orange, and it has like a video camera with an eye in the middle. Also, it shows you information here, images that you can go through. Obviously it's from a Chinese company, but it's been brought to the UK. So what you will then do is download. Obviously mine is downloaded. So if we go back home here, the app will appear on your home screen, so making it really easy to find your application. I've just dragged this away from my other applications just so I can make it easier to show you in the video. So if you open your PocketVision app here, you are greeted with a menu that is bright, vibrant and very easy to use and manipulate your way around. Also, this does work with the talkback feature. So most people with low vision or sight loss will use the talkback feature from accessibility, and I'll show you how that will work a little bit later on. So inside here, very simple and nice and easy. You've got two buttons straight away. So your first is called Vision and your second is called Photos. So what is Vision? Vision, first of all, will help you capture, then actually read out aloud whatever you have captured text-wise, which is really impressive, and we're going to delve into that a little bit more. So let's go into Vision. So once you go into this, you'll notice the colors will begin to change, and that is because people with sight loss and sight loss conditions can actually see better with different color variants, and that is what this app actually gives you, and one of the abilities is really helpful to then read something. If you come to the left hand side here, you're going to notice three buttons, and what we're going to do is talk through them now. So the first one is actually going to be your color choice, and it will go through different colors. So let's go through them now.
Enhanced.
So it's called Enhanced.
Negative.
You've got a negative.
Black, white.
You've got black, white.
White, black.
You've got white, black.
Blue, yellow.
Blue, yellow.
Yellow, blue.
Yellow, blue.
Normal.
And then you come back to normal or standard. But then when you actually bring in a book or a text, this is where it slightly changes. So let me bring it in, and this will show you how it actually changes and manipulates the colors, making it easier for you to read depending on your sight. So now I've brought a book in, and let's cycle through them colors again. This was just a standard book that I found downstairs about the Millennium Dome.
Enhanced.
So this is what Enhanced looks like. So what this does is draw the text out a little bit more and makes it slightly bolder and easier to read.
Negative.
So negative will turn that text now to white text instead of black, and obviously the background has gone to black instead of white.
Black, white.
Then again, it has changed and manipulated and making it a lot easier to read.
White, black.
So this is a little bit harder to read here.
Blue, yellow.
So blue yellow is slightly different, and for me, with my visual sight loss, actually is something new. I haven't really used too much, but obviously it depends on how easy it is for you to use.
Yellow, blue.
And then yellow, blue again, you can go through and then actually select.
Normal.
So this is normal again, and we come back through. So my favorite
Negative.
is negative. This makes it really easy. Also, there is an added feature here where you can zoom in,
zoom in, Zoom in.
And what this does is use the telephoto lens from the Honor 20 Pro here. And I'll talk about the lenses a lot more later on.
Zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out.
So that uses the volume controls at the top. You then have a light option.
Light up.
So it makes it
Light
brighter.
off.
And what this does is use the flash on the back.
Light up. Light off.
You can double tap
Light up. Light off.
as well if you want to make it easier for you. Then finally we have a padlock.
Frozen.
So once frozen, you're going to get another padlock, which will mean it unfreezes, and you can go back to zooming in or magnifying to see your text. You can scroll through the different color options, and also you could then capture another image. So now our image is captured. You're going to see this TR here, which means it's going to translate. And what this does is use the HiAI systems inside to actually recognize the text and read it back to you. So let's actually try it out.
Recognize. The dome is not a building. It is not even a dome. It have profile of a shallow dun, but none of its structural properties. It looks something like a tent, but it is not a tent either. It is soft and hard, rounded and spiky. It hugs the ground and reaches for the sky. A simple idea achieved in a complex way. Its elegance conceals the depth of analysis required to achieve it. A knitted web, a network, an envelope. Its structural tensions make explicit the turning point of time it has been designed to mark.
So there we go. In essence, that's what the app is all about. It's about capturing some text from a book here. It can be from anything. I've used so many different options, and we're going to go through all the different ones I've had. Sometimes it's understood it. Sometimes there's one or two words, as you may have heard there, it got incorrect, but I actually knew what it meant. So it does work, and you just have to give it time and try. Obviously, the app is new. It's always going to be developing, and also the AI systems inside will be learning and growing with a powerful processor that's inside this device. It makes it so simple and so easy to actually then just read text to me that I would struggle to read, or for some people that they wouldn't be able to read. And that's really important, and that's what you want from an app that's helping people with vision loss and then visual impairment conditions. So you press the padlock here.
Unfrozen.
It's then unfrozen. You could go into a different color,
Black,
like I
white.
said, and you could go through and listen to it more. But the options there are fantastic. To come out of this section and move into a different section, you're going to swipe across on your home screen, and then you press that back button. When you come back to the menu, there are two options. You have vision, which we have gone through. Then you also have photos. So what is photos? It's in the name. So photos is where it's going to show all your captured images in a landscape view, which you can swipe along. So like I can do here, and I can swipe and find the images that I might want to revisit. Say I went to a cafe that is one of my favorites. I've taken an image of the menu, so I know what's on the menu. I can simply then find that photograph and then listen back to it. And then I can make my selection and make my choice and enjoy my meal or enjoy drinks with friends. So all of our images are in here. So if I select this image here, so this is the image I have just taken on the Millennium Dome about that little bit of text. I can then actually ask that to transcribe again to me, and it will read back through everything again, making it so simple and so easy to understand text without straining or struggling to see. And sometimes I do that. I'm really bad. I actually sort of strain and struggle to see instead of asking, because people want to be independent, and with a vision or sight loss you do need independence in your life. With this application that allows you to do so. So coming back here, like I said, you're going to see different images. I was in a bookstore here and I came across a James Bond book. So on the back it had a bit of information about the book. So if I press a transcribe here,
Recognize. Audi-Hearth action-packed story begins in the demilitarized zone between North and South Korea with a spectacular high-speed hovercraft chase. From Hong Kong to Cuba to London, Bond continues his quest to unmask a traitor and prevent a war AF catastrophic consequence, but not without the help and hindrance of two mysterious femmes fatales. Hot on the trail AF, the principal villains. Bond travels to Iceland, where he experiences at first hand HiAI Power AF, an amazing new weapon, before a dramatic confrontation with his main adversary back in Korea, where it all started.
Okay, so what it done there, it got some of the words a little bit jumbled, a little bit mixed up. If you look at the angle that I've taken this, I wanted to purposely take it at this angle to see if it managed to read everything. Obviously, when you are lining up your shot to try and put it over the text as best as you can, with sight loss and vision loss, you're not going to be able to see if you've actually done that until you start to then transcribe it to you. Obviously with my vision, I do have a bit of sight, so I can see where the general text area is, but I would like to see how well it worked, and I thought it actually done a pretty good job here. So in my local town, there's a board there about the heritage and all about where I live. So I wanted to take a image of it. So first of all, what I done was magnify, zoom in with them volume controls at the top, captured by image, and then read it back. So it's going to read the bit of text that's at the top, but then it will go down to this main section here. So if I then hit this transcribe again.
Recognize. Was granted to the legendary Wide-Leaf Cross. Was cut in the early 1700s. Heritage countryside around Prince's Risborough and particularly the hills overlooking the town are studded with prehistoric sites. The dramatic hill fort at Pulpit Hill towers over the town to the north and the Icknield Way. An ancient highway between East Anglia and Wessex long before Theremans arrived. Threads past the town. The original estate of Monks Risborough included the Black Hedge, England's oldest surviving documented boundary dating back to at least 903 AD. From John Hampden to Brunel. From the Black Prince to Amy Johnson. Prince's Risborough has always played its part in history.
So what that does to me is inspire me to learn more. That board has always been there. I've been in this town now for 25 odd years, and I've never read it because I can't see it. Because it's over a hedge or in a hedge, I'd have to go so close and stand in that hedge. So with this device, what I could do is then first of all stand there, zoom in, I could then change the filters and change the color options. I could then capture and then read it back to me. And I must admit, that's the first time I've ever done that. And with this device, that makes it so easy and so possible to do. I think that's a really important thing to know. So coming back, I also then found out about information about wildlife. So again, you can see it's a different color mode here. I press transcribe.
Hampden to Brunel. From the Black Prince to Amy Johnson. Prince's Risborough has always played its part in history. Wildlife and countryside at the magnificent red kite and the buzzards and ravens that have also established themselves in the Chilterns are symbols of a rich natural heritage, with habitats ranging from open downland to Chilterns beechwoods. From rolling farmland to bubbling streams. Just minutes from the town centre are accessible wild places where visitors can enjoy the countryside at alley times of the year. Brush Hill Local Nature Reserve, which can be accessed at 57 from the Wide-Leaf Hill car park, reveals an exciting introduction with breathtaking vistas from a new viewpoint. A leaflet describes the reserve and indicates explorer trails. Some for Thelis Mobile. Phoenix Trail.
There we go. Again, it's telling me about my wildlife in my local area. And again, this was on that same board that I would never actually go and look at because there was a hedge in the way and it was just too far away. But with this device, I could zoom in, I could capture, and then I could learn more about my local area, which I think is fantastic. So also inside here, we do have more options. So I've gone around the local town here. So in my local swimming pool, they're offering learn to swim. So anyone could walk past this and read this quite simply. For me, I would have to stop, maybe block it for other people, whereas I could just capture an image and then transcribe it.
Recognize. Learn to swim with us. Swim England qualified teachers. Swim England Learn to Swim framework. Never too young. From 6 months upwards, never too old. Adult lessons available. Private lessons available. Spread the cost with monthly payments.
So that gives me all the information I need to know. It's from any age. I could spread the payments, but I know it's from qualified coaches as well. Really handy, and again, a very simple way this app can help people. So when it comes to transport, as you know, I travel around London quite a lot, and transport is a key necessity for a YouTuber and content creator. You are always traveling, always going to different events. The London Underground is not easy at times, even with full sight. Obviously, there are people there to help, which I'm very grateful of. Friends that are traveling with me are very helpful as well. But when I'm on my own, I wanted to see how well it worked with an underground system. So obviously here, it's highlighted in the middle the stop you're at. Then you might want to go to one of the other stops. So what I've done was took a picture. I changed to enhanced here, I think this one is. And then obviously I wanted to see if it translates.
Recognize. Walthamstow Central, Black Horse Road, Tottenham Hale, Seven Sisters, T. Finsbury Park, Highbury and Istington, King's Cross. Pancrasiaston, East Warren Street, Oxford Circus, E. Green Park, Victoria Ree, a Pimlico, Vauxhall, Stockwell, Brixton, **.
So it went through that whole list for me. If you then know the station you're at and you hear that station on this list, obviously that means you're going in the right direction and can be very helpful for people with vision or sight loss and different sight conditions to use this to help them manipulate and to navigate their way throughout London and the complex underground system. I was really impressed the way this worked as well because I was quite far away from this image, and obviously I just took it very quickly. I wanted to see a quick response. But obviously if you do have other text in that field, it will read that other text text as well. Again, very simple and very easy to do. Looking through some more images that I have captured here, one was in a cafe. Tap here, tap the transcribe.
Recognize. Corner view cafe, please order at the counter. Thanks. Good morning.
So it reads everything that is highlighted here, and also you can see here it's the blue text on a yellow background, so something a little bit different than what I showed previously. So it just shows that this works so well. And here again is a menu here of that corner view cafe, and then I can press transcribe.
KSOAER counter. Thanks. Good morning. Muesli with fruit and yogurt, porridge with honey or jam toast with honey. Jam or peanut butter toast with eggs poached. Fried or scrambled.
So it lets me know what's on the menu, and then I can place my order, which I think is really important there. Again, that gives you independence in your life. I hope you was impressed with the way it managed to recognize and transcribe the images that I have captured. If you do have any questions or any queries, please drop a comment down below. You know I will always be happy to help. Now let's just show you how this application works with an accessibility feature. So if we come home here, so if I tap home, what I'm going to do is go into settings and then into accessibility. So what I need to do is scroll all the way through here, find my settings. So you can either search for it up the top. Inside accessibility, you're going to find the talkback feature. So once talkback is toggled on.
Talkback on. Talkback.
So talkback is a great feature and will read everything to you. So if I just simply highlight here.
When talkback is on, it provides spoken feedback so that you can use your device without looking at the screen.
I showcase the talkback and all other accessibility features you'll find on each individual device. I've also created an accessibility video for the Honor 20 Pro, so please go and watch that on the channel, and it will also be linked in the description. So then what we do is select our application.
PocketVision.
Double tap.
Landscape. PocketVision. Vision. Double tap to activate.
So then what it does is let you know what it is. So then you can use your fingers then to go between vision or photos.
Pictures.
So you
double tap to activate.
So double tap.
PocketVision. Pictures.
To manipulate and work your way through, use two fingers. And then you could select an image if you want to. To then bring up your menu options to go back, use three fingers.
Column 3. Back button. PocketVision.
So now we're back in, and then you can go into vision.
Vision. PocketVision.
I can then bring my book back in here, and then I can press the buttons.
Flash operation button. Mode setting button. Frozen, unfrozen button. Frozen.
So double tap, and then obviously I can then begin to transcribe again.
Start OCR button.
So double tap.
Recognize. B. The dome is not a building. It is not even a dome.
It reads back everything to you, which is fantastic. And even with accessibility options turned on, like talkback, it still works, and that's really important as well. You don't want an accessibility app to not work with the accessibility features, and that was the one highlighting thing for me. I needed them features to work. Okay, I don't use them all the time, but for people that have severe sight loss or severe sight conditions, they will need to use that so they can use their device, and I was really impressed with that. Now, I'd like to talk about the technology that's actually inside this device that allows this app to work so well. So first of all, I want to point out the processor. The processor is a Huawei Kirin 980 AI chipset with dual NPU, 7 nanometers in size. So this is Huawei's latest chipset and is included in this Honor device. It means it's powerful enough to capture, read, and then recognize the text to be read out aloud. So with high AI capability, the app is able to recognize, convert text to speech immediately. And that's what I've shown you here, and that's amazing. So the camera as well is important, you're going to find on the Honor 20 Pro, and it's powered by a 48 megapixel quad camera. So let's go through each individual camera now so you actually know a little bit more about the camera technology behind this device. So turn into the back here and you get to see this fantastic phantom black color that has purple running through it. It looks really nice and really stylish. So the first lens at the top here is your 16 megapixel super wide angle lens. It has an f2.2 aperture and 117 degrees field of view. Underneath that lens is your 48 megapixel, and this is your main camera sensor. This is the Sony IMX586, which is the main sensor that majority of phones have been using for 2019. It has an f1.4 aperture, half-inch large sensor, and 4-in-1 light fusion. Really important, this is the main lens that's used on the device and obviously captures your images. So really good, really high quality images that makes it easier for the AI systems inside to recognize and then read that text back to you. So it's not all about the AI inside, you need the power and the performance from the lens on the outside as well. Underneath that is the 8 megapixel telephoto camera. So this is where your zoom comes in. So when it comes to zooming, as you saw, I magnified and zoomed in on something, that uses the 8 megapixel telephoto when you're actually doing it live out in person, which is really helpful to you to read it and understand, like I showed you about the countryside. Again, that's an f2.4 aperture. Then finally, you have your 2 megapixel macro camera. So it has 4 cameras on this device. Underneath that, you'll see your LED flash, and this is where it said light on, light off. This is what lights up for you to make it easier for you to try and understand what you are reading or what you want to capture, so it allows the device to read it back to you. The text to sound mode powered by Honor's HiAI and the optical character recognition technology quickly and accurately converts text from letters, books, menus and more. And this is the thing that I've been left with. I'm so impressed with the way it's worked. It's a new technology, it's a pioneering technology. It's always going to be growing, always going to be learning, and that's what AI does. And also the app will be developed as well. I've given some feedback, I've given some ideas. I think PocketVision is a great name. It tells you what it is. A source that's in your pocket that can allow you to see what you can't see, basically. And that's what I want you to take away from this. If you are fully sighted, please go and download it and share it with someone that potentially might have a sight loss. Share it and let people know. I'm so grateful that Honor brought me on board to showcase this application and to really let everyone know having an ability in life is not a problem in life. You just need to change your life and adjust your life depending on your accessibility needs. Hi everyone, I know you don't normally see me in front of the camera, but I want to just come in front of the camera and explain about my eyesight condition. So my eyesight condition is called septic optic dysplasia with panhypopituitarism, which is quite a mouthful, but it's understandable in some ways. It means my optic nerve is affected and my optic nerve has threaded like cotton wool when you pull it apart. So this has left me with just light perception in my left eye, which is not usable. I hardly use my left eye whatsoever. When it comes to my right eye, I have tunnel vision and the distance is about an arm's length away. That's then when I start to lose great amount of detail. So my eyesight is very important to me as I can still see bits. I do feel and understand how people with sight loss in different sight conditions will be affected when using technology. As you know, I have a great passion for technology and technology is really key in my life. So with this app from PocketVision, it really helps me see what I want to see in my world. And like I explained to you, the first time ever I managed to read a signpost that's been in my town for such a long time, but with this app I could capture, I could change using the colour filter, I could magnify with the buttons to see what I wanted to read, capture it, and then with the character recognition technology inside, it read it back to me. So PocketVision is a really important app. I do recommend you go and download it and enjoy it today and share with everyone. There are always people out there and companies out there willing to help. Make sure that you do ask questions, you do ask for help always, because it is important. I hope you have enjoyed this video and I hope you will go out and test PocketVision. And if you do have any questions or queries, please come and ask me. Really grateful that this application is now in my life to use, and the Honor 20 Pro is a fantastic device to have it on as well. Thanks always for watching, and from me, Ricky, I will see you very soon. Bye for now.